Hey everybody. Welcome back to No More, No Less. My name is Michael Chakeen, and today in the virtual studio, I have with me JL Hancock. JL is the former lead innovator for the U.S. Special Operations community, now turned thrilling fiction author of the book, The Hawk Enigma. It was in 2002 that JL enlisted in the Navy and spent 22 years as a cryptologist. During his time in the military, Jim toiled away in the dark corners of the government intelligence communities, learned two Asian languages, and eventually conducted over 100 combat operations with special forces in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the Philippines. During the last 6 years of his career, he worked as a senior enlisted advisor over future concepts and innovation for the military special operations community, where he became a well-known subject matter expert in unmanned systems, 5G, and artificial intelligence. Today, we're going to dive into all things military intelligence, maybe how robotics might end us all, and how JL came up with the plot for his book. JL, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
I think when I speak to a lot of people that have been in the military, it seems everyone has a different route for where they enter and why. And so I wonder where your catalyst was to decide to enlist.
Mine was actually pretty straightforward in the sense that it was literally because of 9/11 that I joined the military. I had been living in Japan for a couple of years, and I had returned, and it was no less than a month and a half later that 9/11 took place. And it was just coincidentally, I happened to have been with my best friend, and he wanted to go talk to the Navy recruiters. He has a long history with the Navy, and his story is a long one as to why he wanted to be there. But I had zero interest in actually joining the military until I went down, talked to the recruiters, and I found out about a place called the Defense Language Institute. And since I already spoke Japanese, that I learned that they could take if you get into this program, you go to this language school where they'll teach you another foreign language, and then you get to basically be a linguist for the military. And so that was exciting, but I just put it in my back pocket and was like, I'll think about it. I'd already tested and scored well, and I'd already qualified for the schools. I just didn't know if that was the direction I wanted to go. And then literally it was probably not even 2 weeks later was 9/11. And so I did something called delay enlistment, where I joined, but I didn't have to go to boot camp for a while. There was some other schooling I wanted to finish first. And then there was I went off to work as a river guide on the Colorado River in southern Utah for the summer. And I'd been planning to do that. And it was like it was kind of a rite of passage in my family that you have to go off and be a river guide. And so I went and did that. And then I joined the Navy immediately after that. So I went from living effectively homeless in a tent to going into the military after, because I mean, as a river guide, I had no responsibilities. I literally just got up in the morning, checked to see if I was on the schedule for whatever trip was going on that day. And if I wasn't, then I just grabbed my kayak and jumped in the river and then kayaked all day long until my friends got back from work, and then we'd go rock climbing. And that was my life for like 4 or 5 months. And then I went from that absolute freedom to boot camp, which was pretty rough. You know, I thought I was taking a better step in my life, and then I was in a room learning how to brush my teeth. So there you go. But it was a big shift, you know. So it was, but in the end, it was probably one of the best decisions I made in my life. So